Okay, everyone. I think we're going to begin this next round. We are thrilled to have two descendants, Comanche Nation descendants, with us here today. Rita Coosewoon, who's descendant of Pile of Rocks. I'm going to butcher the name, even though Martina told me how to pronounce it. Okay. Okay. Quo-yoh, yeah.
It's called Quo-yoh,
Quo-yoh.
English way, but in the real Comanche word is, how would you say, on top of the hill or top of the mound is what the word is in Comanche is Quo-yoh. Go-yoh. In Comanche you would say go-yoh. Is how you would say it in Comanche. That means on the top of the mound, or on the top of the hill. That's what the name meant. He was the mound on top of the rocks, in the English term what y'all had, but it's Quo-yoh.
Okay, thank you.
Comanche.
Thank you. And then we also have Aaron Nevaquaya, who is a descendant of Porseat Tishakati. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Thank you.
Aaron Nevaquaya steps up to the podium. Text, Aaron Nevaquaya, Comanche tribe member.
Good morning, everyone.
A black and white photo on a projector depicts a group of Comanche people sitting together outside a stone building.
My name is Aaron Nevaquaya. I'm a descendant of Tishakati. My big sister pronounced his name Descendant.
The podium reads Flagler College and is engraved with a lion insignia.
She also said his name was related to him riding on his horse sideways when he would go into battle. He was a good horseman. Tishakati was a part of the Yapaitayaka, root eater band of Comanches. He was also from the Tuwika, Black Knight Society. Tishakati today is buried in Otopobe Cemetery in Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Aaron wears glasses and a suit with a blue and black patterned tie.
Since I was a kid, we would visit Otopobe Cemetery, and we would take flowers to our old folks and visit them. My responsibility was to lay down tobacco on their grave sites. As a kid, I didn't know who this man was, but today I know the significance and importance of who he was and what he had to go through in his lifetime.
Aaron sighs contemplatively. He reads from a document on the podium and raises his focus to the audience.
I am proud to be a descendant from Tishakati.
An audience member takes a photo of the image on the projector.
I can't imagine when they returned home how they must have felt I'm sure he felt good to come home, and it was also thankful. But he had to be fearful. Fearful of if he did something wrong again, will he be sent back to prison?
The camera zooms in away from the projector and crowd to focus on Aaron.
My visit at Fort Marion was a very humbling one. I also filled my heart with sadness to know that they were incarcerated for being Indian and held there by force. My visit there made me gain a lot more respect for our prisoners of war. I am honored to be the voice of my family. I understand that there is more work to be done, and I will always support everyone who puts the effort into telling our history. I would like to thank everyone who was involved for allowing us to participate and speak our truth. Urakoki.
Aaron takes a seat at a panelist table beside Rita Coosewoon and takes a drink of water. Rita adjusts the microphone stand on the table before her. A woman walks over and removes the microphone from the stand.
Okay, got it.
She hands the microphone to Rita. Text Rita Coosewoon, Comanche Nation.
Sometimes words escape you when you are so humbly. I'm still having a hard time with words today because there's such an air of hurt, but yet at the same time, the reverence and the love and understanding that's coming from everybody out here that wants to be, we just want to embrace these ones that we're here to honor, is my feeling today, as we're all gathered here to honor them, and also in our minds and in our hearts we're embracing them, is what my thought is on this, because it's such a overwhelming situation here, and I'm saying there's so many things that we could say and do, but I think just the fact that we're here gathered and are wanting to share with one another the love and the understanding of the just when you look at the pictures of and how they were living in that prison. What did this young man hear? How did he sleep? He didn't have any blanket. He didn't have no clothes. When you think about the way that some of these ones were brought in here and how they had to survive or how long they survived, makes you wonder. It makes you wonder how cruel people can be and how ugly. That we are strong enough and we are overpowering that ugly evilness by our prayers and our love and our respect for these ones. That's what we're doing here today, in honoring these ones that have given their lives unwillingly, I'm sure. They didn't ask to be here. They were brought here against their own will. And it's just the idea of how they had to do what they had to do to be there. And the more I think about it, the more I think somewhere along the line that someone here in this college and in this community had the thought and the feeling to want to recognize these ones that were in prison there. All of you people out there that are working towards taking care of them, the respect that you're showing and the love and dignity that's offered here for these of our loved ones. This one here, this picture here.
She holds up a photo of a group of Comanche people.
It's Goipa in this picture. How beautiful our people were. Very dignified. They didn't have a whole lot. They were very dignified people. They were loving, kind-hearted people. That's where their dignity was, because they cared for one another, they cared for each other, their families, and it's just like our tribes. Our tribes are like that. You know, we may have at one time had to have little disputes in order to survive back in the day, but they got along. They made it possible to get along, just like down in that Paladora Canyon. Anyone ever been down Paladora Canyon here? It is an awesome place. It's a huge canyon. It's actually a big opening in the ground, and it's got places where people could camp out and live and survive down there. That was our Comanche stronghold. When Miss DeLong was talking about being down in the Paladora Canyon, that canyon was so huge that their encampment, we could be in there in an area where they wouldn't even know we were there. Any other tribe. There are several different tribes that were down there besides us in that canyon. That's how big it is. That it was a place where we could all go and get away from the winter, the cold, and plus we could get away from our enemies. And when Miss DeLong was talking about how they came down, the enemy came down, that was Mackenzie that come down there with his troop. He was led down there by, of all people, the Tonkawas. Tonkawas with, I'll tell you what, Namarukana. We call them Namaruka because they were people eaters. Back then in that day, I don't know what they do nowadays, they don't eat each other, but back then they were cannibals. They were cannibals, and we had to try to wipe them out. Comanches wiped a band of them out down in Old Mexico because they were coming into our area and hurting our people, killing them and eating them. I'm telling y'all stories that's true because they were called that, Namarukana, but now several of their scouts led that Mackenzie down into the Paladora Canyon. That's how come we were all, that he got down in there and killed off all the horses. Those horses down there were over 15,000 horses that they slaughtered down there. Kiowas, Comanches, and all of our horses that were slaughtered down in that canyon. And to this day, if you go to that one area where they were slaughtered, you can hear those horses. You can hear the people down there. You can hear the battle going on down in there. Certain times that you can go into that canyon, you can hear that, where they had the big battle. So that's a part of our history, part of where we come from. And these ones here were not a part of it, but they were still a part of our tribe. They were some of our leaders that were captive and taken down here to this area. Some of them just like Geronimo and his family. A lot of our people that were brought down here into Florida as captives. So I personally do not understand all of that, and I don't know. We don't have any personal history of our family. For one reason, it was never given down. It was never brought down to our area, to our age area. So, but I do know that this bunch here that was captive, these are, and that Comanche lady and her little girl that was in that bunch, she's a part of that family. So we're just wondering, our family tree is a broad tree because our chiefs married more than one wife. Our chiefs had 3 or 4 wives, or maybe even 5, and Quanah Parker had 9. So you see, from those wives, we were all out there. As family tree went out like this, he's on my family tree. And so was that other young man that was up here with me yesterday. Because of this situation where our families were, our chiefs were well known for having a lot of wives. They were asked once about how come they should only have one wife, like the white man. They have to give up all their wives. Quanah Parker didn't give up his wives. He moved them out into their own teepees away from him, but he could go visit them when he wanted to. That's how they got away with not having to divorce their wives. But it's true. I'm not sure about the Kiowas, the leaders in the Kiowa tribe, but I do know Comanches. All the chiefs had more than one wife. So you got to figure. And I am a descendant of Chief Atakapap, who's Deerhead, on my daddy's side of the family, and on my mother's side of the family, I'm great-great-great-granddaughter of Chief Mukwara, and there's so many other ones. We're descended from a lot of chiefs, white horse, black, and there's just so many of our chiefs that are out there. Beautiful people. They did a good job of taking care of us back in the day. They made sure that everything was well until I don't know if it's invasion or what, how we were annihilated or assimilated or whatever you want to call it. I don't have a word for it myself. I'll just say we were overtaken, our lands and our homes, our where we come from was overtaken, and we were kind of like lost kids out there in the middle of nowhere. What are we going to do? Even our chiefs back in the day, when they were disbanded, so to speak. But that's a whole different ballgame than what we have today, except we still have chiefs in our tribe. We still have tribal leaders that are taking care of us today. And they are doing a good job as far as I can see. I don't see any. I wished I could say that about Mr. Trump. Sorry. I don't know what brought that on. Oh, no. But getting back to this Fort Marion thing, so glad y'all are doing this good job. I am so proud of y'all. And if we can come back again, we're willing to come back. If you need us to help you with anything, just give us the go-ahead. We're here for you. We're backing you up all the way for taking care of our people. And I understand there's another little cemetery somewhere around the corner that had several people that were in it. We didn't get to go over there because the bus can't get into it. But it's on the shore, right on the edge of the lake, the water. I don't know. Maybe some of you forest people can understand what I'm saying. But it was pointed out to us this morning. It's a little bitty curve as you come around the corner from where we were standing at that hotel, and it's right on the waterfront. And there's so many Indian graves there, and I was wanting to find out about that, if anyone knew how to get to that point. But you know, I'm like Miss DeLong. I'm a linguist, according to the English people. I taught school at Elgin Public School for 8 years, the Comanche language. And guess what? My first paycheck from the school, it had on there foreign language. Teacher, foreign language instructor. I said, looky here. I was waving it around. I'm a foreign language teacher. I come from somewhere. I don't know where I come from. But that was so comical to me that I was a foreign language instructor. But I was also saying, I'm like Miss DeLong, Comanche is my first language. I was raised by my grandparents, and I am a fluent speaker in the Comanche language, and I still help out. I helped get our dictionary going. We got a dictionary. We've got CDs, DVDs, whatever, and books to help out with our younger people now. And we also have a charter school now for our young people. We have a charter school that started several years ago, and we have little ones that are learning the language. And I'm a part of that group that's helping to take care of that. Plus, I'm a tribal judge. I'm a tribal judge since 1997. So we do have our own court system, and we do what we're supposed to do in that court system. And now Kiowa tribe is getting ready to get theirs going, right? All right. Good job. Anyway, that's our sister. They're our sister people. They're a part of us. Actually, they're part of our families. My brother married a Kiowa girl. My son married a Kiowa girl. They all come, so we're all Comanche Kiowas. So, and Miss DeLong and I are kind of Kiowa Comanche sisters. We've been friends since we were way back when we were young kids. And we were also with the War Mothers, right? We're War Mothers. So we come a long way. And all the things she said a while ago really pertain to both of us because of the way we came up, the way we live, the way we do our thing, where we come from in our area. And it's not so much mixed up in a bad way or anything like that. We just come, our families are all interrelated, intermarried, and it's just like we're one people. That's the way I look at it. In fact, even all of our Native Americans, as far as I'm concerned, we're all one big family, and we need to start pulling more together. I'm a little bit too old to run for politics, but you know something? You younger ones can get out there and pull it together. Y'all can pull our tribes together and let us be like those Tutavos, Utavos, and all them other people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And that way we can be strong. We can be strong as they are. Actually, we're strong in our own way because we're sovereign people. That's one thing this government can't take away from us. We are sovereign. We do belong here. They cannot change that. I don't care what they do. So. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for being here. I'm proud to have you here. So you too. So I'm just happy for all of us to do this together, and maybe next year we'll have a little more input, all of us. So whether we're here with you or not, we'll be a part of it. So thank y'all for having us and putting up with our nonsense. Y'all take care. God bless you all.
The camera zooms out as the audience applauds.
Ikaya.
Rita gestures with her microphone.
Ikaya. Amane Nevaquaya. See here? I can do that.
Julie picks up Rita's fallen microphone stand.
I am so happy to be able to Nevaquaya Mama Tekon. That's me. That's my day. Sa na nesuka si kataven. Mama mana si kyuka sa nesuka. I'm sitting here visiting with y'all, and I feel good. That's what I'm saying in Comanche. I want to sing with y'all, but I can't do that. They'll run us out of here. Only my mama. I start singing, we'll all be sitting here having fun.
Text Lori Lee, Associate Professor of Humanities, Flagler College.
Thank you so much, and I'm not sure if you're talking about Fountain of Youth or Nombre de Dios or Huguenot Cemetery, but that's what we're here for. We'll get you that information that you need, and any questions you have, direct to us. And there's so many cemeteries around the corner, but we're going to find the right one. So many cemeteries and churches right around the corner. We're going to find it for you, and we will get you whatever information you need. So thank you.
Interesting to know because it's a little Indian cemetery, and it's by itself on the beach.
On the beach.
Where they were going to build the condos, and all the Native Americans around came to stay here and
Okay.
Building condo on top of those graves.
That sounds familiar. Okay, so we'll get you that information, and yes, we will continue to advocate for them not to build on top of it as well. So thank you for coming, and as you said, this is the beginning of the conversation. So we're excited to have all your input this year and next year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So.